Welcome back to another video. So we're going to talk about functions. So what are functions? Well, in JavaScript, functions are reusable blocks of code that perform specific tasks. Okay, they help organize code and reduce repetition and make programs more modular and maintainable. So you can reuse this code and you can modify it as time goes. It helps break down complex programs into simpler versions. Now that we know what a function is, let's start to see how do you define a function and how do you work with a function. So we're going to call a function and we're going to call it greet. So we're going to return something because a function always returns something. Okay, so we're going to return a string saying hello world. And let's just print this out on the console just to see our function. And here you go. It shows that hello world right here. So what if we don't want hello world and we want to input our own name? Well, we can come here in the parameters and we can add my name, and we can just remove the word because we want to put maybe hello David here by world. So we can just remove that, and here we must be careful that you don't put inside the single quotations. We put it outside because it's not a string, it's a sort of like an argument. So we want to add a plus and we're going to call my name like this. So what we do here, this is the greet. This is also the greet argument. We call it argument. We're going to add your name here in quotations because remember it's a string. We want to call it David. And when we save this, it should give us hello David. You can change it anytime if you want to call it what's another name, Paul or something. You can save this, it'll always change it, whatever name is. So it's reusable. You can call it anytime within our function. We can always use it. If we call it again and again and again, and this time we have Sipo, and this time we have David, and this time we have Paul, you can always change it and reuse it. The same function can be used 1,000 times, like you can see here. So another thing you can do with functions is you can calculate a value, like maybe add a and b, or times a and b, or get the square of a and b, or get the ratio of a and b. You can do anything that you can imagine that has to do with calculations. So we have a function, and the function is named add, and we're adding a and b. So in our return, we want it to return that we're adding a and b. And when we print it out, we should add this function here that we're adding into our arguments 5 and 5, which in turn is giving us this 10 that we see here. Now you can reuse this as much as you want within your code. You can add a 5 and a 8, you can add a 6 and a 5, so on and so forth. It is reusable code. So this is the basics of a function.